I absolutely love this display here. I keep seeing displays at these museums and sites here in Turkey that are set up in ways that I have never seen anywhere else. Turkey really knows how to preserve, protect, and display their history. And this was what the Temple of Artemis would have looked like. It would be so incredible to get to see this now. But sadly, this was one of the ancient wonders of the world.
Well, you always gotta copy me, Rex.
Because you have the best brain.
Okay.
You have the bestest
you,
brain.
Brother.
Heading on in to the Ephesus Museum. This one is supposed to be pretty freaking incredible, which I'm not shocked by considering that it's Ephesus. This is a beautiful 3D map of Turkey. We flew into Istanbul, and then we flew down to Cappadocia over here, and then we drove down here, saw Katahulyik, stayed in Konya, went back up, came down over here to Gaziantep, and then over to Lerpa, saw Göbekli Tepe and Kara Tepe. Then we came over to Mardin and saw Dara, and then we flew back over here, and now we're going to Ephesus. And we're in. Not as nice as the Trident at Acropolis. Beautiful. Like the way they have it carved, that you can actually see the crease just over top of the fold of the robe. I love it. That's beautiful. Wow. And there's my goddess, Artemis, right next to the asshole Zeus. Oh, wow. My mom and my sister are both back there admiring that Aphrodite sculpture too. That is one of the most beautiful, like, body carvings that I have seen, and the way that they just show the crease right there, it's beautiful. Is all ivory. I mean, as depressing as it is being ivory, it's absolutely freaking stunning. I have never seen something like that made out of ivory. Oh, and you come over here and you got a pan. It's Beth. It's Beth, the Egyptian god. I wouldn't expect to see that in here. We've only just begun in this museum, and it's fucking incredible. so tiny.
It's a necklace. See, I wish they would sell that. I would buy it.
Yeah, that is a creepy face. It just says mask. It doesn't give me any more details on that. That's like a blobfish. You like the pupper dog?
I am not there yet.
And more. Unbroken 2,000-year-old glass. It will always blow my mind that that still can exist. The detail on those, and that they're still around. Normally you just see the ceramics as bowls and pottery and stuff like that, or tiny little figures. I mean, that's a foot tall figure there of Aphrodite. Not as beautiful as that marble Aphrodite at the entrance when you walk in, but still darn pretty. We were just commenting on how Asian these lines look. They're from the 3rd century BCE. And that's just not the style I would have expected to see here. But Turkey is such a melting pot. So. All the sarcophagi I'm seeing in this area in Ephesus and around here are definitely not as impressive as the ones we were seeing at the eastern sites. If you want to see some really cool sarcophagi, check out my previous videos. We went to a museum in, was it Saniyarfa? That had absolutely amazing freaking sarcophagi. I mean, this one here is pretty awesome. But it's very heavily broken and decayed in comparison with the ones at the previous museum. I absolutely love this display here. I keep seeing displays at these museums and sites here in Turkey that are set up in ways that I have never seen anywhere else. Turkey really knows how to preserve, protect, and display their history. And it's amazing, it's beautiful. And most people just blow right through all of this stuff, which is what that tour group is doing, because the tour guide literally is walking in and showing them one major attraction in each room, and then they just go on and they just walk by everything here. Like all these awesome little animal figurines, and some of them are highly freaking detailed and probably not coming through on camera. But I mean, those are literally only like an inch big, like an inch and a half, maybe 2 max, and they're very detailed. So when you're in those tour groups and you just blow by everything, you're missing everything. But now, as I'm saying that, I'm going to show you guys the centerpiece of this room, which is freaking beautiful. This was what the Temple of Artemis would have looked like. It would be so incredible to get to see this now. But sadly, this was one of the ancient wonders of the world. And like with all of those ancient wonders of the world, other than the Great Pyramids of Giza, they don't exist anymore. There is a singular pillar left from this magnificent freaking temple. Oh, but God, it would be amazing to see. Oh, you can even see the Artemis way back in there inside. I am just coming out of, I guess you can say, a mild recreation of the Artemis temple, at least with some pillars around the outside, with 2 of the statues of Artemis that were from the temple. And they are so fucking beautiful. I mean, Artemis in general, I love her as a goddess, and my sister kind of makes fun of me about that, because there's a very high likelihood that she would have turned me into a buck. And you can see in the statue there that she's standing next to the 2 deer that had been beheaded. Sadly, they don't have the heads for the deer anymore, because that would make the statue so much more beautiful than it already freaking is. And then you walk into this incredible room. My sister and I were discussing the shape of some of these figures here, like the one right when you walk in, and then this one here with like just the extremely long neck, and the other one had like a weird shaped face. And we're wondering if like, did the people look like that, like that they're representing, or is it purely a perspective thing for where they put the statues, if they had them really high up or not? But I don't know, that it just seems like the proportions are just way, way, way off. I really do need to go talk about Nicolas Cage. My sister is telling me I gotta point out this statue. She was like, what modern actor does this one look like? And I was like, I really don't know. And she's like, doesn't it kind of look like Nicolas Cage? And it does kind of look like Nicolas Cage. So Nicolas Cage has been a star for apparently like 2,000 years. Who would have thought? Oh, I think we've reached the end of the museum. And I didn't even realize it. Well, it's not as big of a museum as I would have liked it to be. But they do have a very good collection of work in there. So, I mean, you can't miss it if you're coming to Ephesus. Because, I mean, these were from Ephesus. So, just like any of these archaeological sites, make sure you're going to the museums for them also, so that you can see all the crap that they had found there. And I don't mean crap as in it's crap, I mean like all the stuff that they found there. And now we're gonna go shopping, so I'll see you guys afterwards. Like usual in these museum shops, I spent too much money. Probably spent about 50 bucks in there, mostly on one Artemis figure that I got. They didn't have the one I really wanted in a manageable size. They only had it way too big, the one with her with the two deer next to her. So I had to settle, but oh well, it's gonna go on my shelf in my living room. So we're, I think, going to be heading to the one pillar left of the Artemis temple here after this. So, see you guys there. We have arrived at the tiny, tiny little remnants of the Temple of Artemis. Oh, I'm tripping. Oh, there's a couple little pup dogs laying down here right in front of the temple. And all that remains is this one pillar. That's so sad. It's crazy that something so large and great can be so completely destroyed when you look at how intact some of the ancient cities actually are. Such a shame. But we still got the Great Pyramids of Giza. And I almost feel like realistically Göbekli Tepe should end up getting added to the list, considering that that is still around and it's far older than any of this stuff even was. Oh well. I guess you gotta take what you can get. Anyways, I guess here's probably a good spot to sign off for the video with this little pup dog, this big pup dog in front of the Temple of Artemis. And if you have made it through this whole video and you haven't already, hit the like button down below for this pup dog and me, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. We're hitting several ancient cities tomorrow, so I can't wait to see them, and I can't wait to show you guys. See you tomorrow. Even though there's nothing really down here other than that one pillar, I thought I'd come on down to get a more realistic scale of the whole thing. After seeing the replica at the museum and knowing how many pillars there were holding up the gigantic roof to this place, oh man. I mean, it's easy to understand how this would have been one of the ancient wonders. Like, this would have been such a beautiful and massive temple. One of these circular discs for this pillar is probably 8 to 10 feet around. So the whole diameter of the pillar just going up so freaking high. And there is a gigantic bird's nest up in the top of that pillar up there. I wonder what kind of bird is making that home. But they made it the entire top of the pillar. Way to go, bird. Picking yourself a royal home, as you should.
Look what he's doing.
Hey, Papa.
This is why I don't like
Hey,
dogs.
Papa.
This is why I don't like dogs.
You're so
You
cute.
see what he was doing?
I
He's
want
so
him. Can I
cute.
take him home, Mom? I'll buy him and take him home. I
You're
want to
so
take him home.
cute.
I want to take him
You're
home.
so cute. You're like, he doesn't get all the lovin's. I get lovin's too.
How much do you think it would take? How much do you think it would cost to take a dog back?
Too much.
I get both of them. You get none of them.
Madam, I sell book. Say eat. Yes, you can see book.
One thing I haven't been a huge fan of about the restrooms in Turkey is a lot of them have motion censored lights, and when you're standing there for too long, they go out. So it's kind of strange when the lights just go out while you're using the restroom, and you gotta like wave your arms.
You know, you can just edit the order of stuff.
What?
You can edit the order of stuff.
No, I like it to all be chronological. Yeah, I can't do it in here. It's too dark. I gotta talk out there so you guys can see my beautiful freaking face.